I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here at the Hub Culture Pavilion in Los Angeles at the GetGlobal conference. Really pleased to be joined by Mark Brady. He's the director of the Office of International Trade and Investment for the National Governors Association. Now, you've just handed me some incredibly interesting facts that I've got to just read a few of them.
Sure.
Almost 9% of US exports in 2015 came from Oregon. Yeah. New York is the #1 exporter and importer of diamonds in the United States. And then we've got 88% of exports from Arizona come from small and medium-sized enterprises.
Right.
It's an extraordinary tale that, that you've got. And tell me, just give me the kind of macro view. How do the governors relate to the federal government in terms of promoting trade?
Yeah, great question. You know, I think you have to think about the federal government is more about policy. Okay, they negotiate our policy, they enforce our laws or whatever on international economic policy. All of that is there ultimately to enhance our transactional base and to protect our industry and our consumers. But the governors are, and that's what I say, they're very linked with business. Governors are transactional. Everything is transactional. They view international trade and investment. At the end of the day, it's jobs and economic growth. It's about growing their economies. So they really think much more like a business. And they are literally the single best promoter, marketer for their state and the businesses in that state, or governors. That's why you've seen the list of how they are active in the international marketplace all the time, both going outbound, looking to take their companies outbound for exports. And as I said, export's an awful term. It's such a technical term.
Right.
It's an economic term. It's
well, it
sales.
doesn't give you a picture,
it's
does
sales.
it? Yeah,
it's sales. It's about sales.
Right.
Okay, exports are sales. Okay, that's what it's about, sales. So they're out there promoting their state's businesses for sales, and then they're also looking to attract investment into the country from all the different sources, from a lot of the private sectors. All right, as they come in to locate into the United States and build those bigger, that has investment money from the outside has a very good dynamic, okay, in what it does to economies, okay, and it's a lot of the multinationals that invest or whatever, and it's how the Alabamas have created, and the Tennessees certainly have created, like the auto industry there with the Japanese and German, South Carolina as well with BMW, et cetera. So the states compete against each other.
Right.
It's a trick for us because we don't want to get in between them.
Right.
And we got to make sure we're not choosing sides, but we look to enhance their ability to do that. And it's a good place to be, and it's a positive place for governors. With all of the issues that you have to deal with politically, everybody does, at the federal government level and at the state level, healthcare, education, really tough stuff. Economic development's kind of fun. That's one of the fun parts of the job.
Absolutely. And it looks like the governors are taking some very interesting trade missions. You just handed me an incredible list,
right.
2-page list of where governors have been going. Just to pick one, Governor Edwards from Louisiana going to Cuba.
Right.
The past decade, Louisiana has ranked as the #1 exporting state to Cuba.
Right.
Some of these things you would never think about.
Right.
China is Iowa's 3rd largest export destination. Right. And this is, of course, for food.
Right.
And it's interesting that they get involved in issues of food security
right.
as well, so they dip into the policy as well as the sales.
Yes, they do. And governors are about policy, and on trade they take it very seriously. But I say that, and that's what we do in my office, we back into the policy discussion. Everything first is about going out there on trade and investment, making a sale or attracting it. You care about policy because the way the policy is going to affect your ability to do that, and that's how you get into it. And they're very much into it, okay? But it's not in that federal government type of way. They're into it because it's about their state's businesses, it's about jobs and economic growth first.
Mark, thank you very much for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Los Angeles at the GetGlobal conference, and I'm Edie Lush.